We are live.
What's up, guys? Ball from Extreme Athletics, my business partner, John. Today's workout, we're going to be focusing on power training for athletes. All right, so when I say power training, I'm talking about being able to recruit as many muscle fibers as possible in the shortest amount of time. So essentially, we're talking about max force production. All right, talking about fast twitch muscle fibers, recruiting motor neurons, and essentially power training is explosive strength. Okay, so we're going to keep it easy like that. So today, John's going to be the guinea pig. I'm going to take him through our power workout. Just so you guys know, for the sake of time, the workout's only going to be about 40-45 minutes, and that includes the warm-up. But essentially, when you do power training, you should have a lot of rest time because you're recruiting all of your muscle fibers. But for the sake of time today, we're going to run through 3 circuits. Each circuit's going to have 3 exercises in it, but just know when you do this type of training, you should take longer rest times. All right? We're going to get started. John, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, if you guys have been enjoying the training and you want to get your own personalized program, we actually make a program for you. So it's on our website, extremeathletics.oc.com. It's under the travel program link. Check that out if you're interested. And I think I'm ready to get started.
Let's do it. All right, cool. All right, start with 20 jumping jacks, arm circles forward. All right, so with the warm-up, we're just getting John's heart rate up. We're taking his muscles through full range of motion. You always want to get loose before you train. Now give me 20 with backward circles. So we're getting his shoulders warmed up. We're also elevating his heart rate, getting that blood pumping from his toes all the way up to his ears. It's called a dynamic flexibility warm-up. You don't want a static stretch before you train. You always want to do some sort of active motions, okay? Next, we're going to go 10 squats, 10 bodyweight squats. So now today's workout's going to be a power workout. We're actually going to do a little bit of power stuff in the warm-up to get his fast twitch muscle fibers fired. Cool, now give me 10 push-ups. See how he's got his elbows in nice and tight? That's good form. You never want to let the elbows flare out. All right, give me 10 lunges in place, just 5 on each leg. So we just did squats, push-ups, lunges. Now we're going to go back through that, but we're going to make those movements more explosive. We're going to kind of start recruiting more motor neuron patterns. So let's go 10 squat jumps. So I was getting full extension at the hips. That's what you want right there. You don't want that chest to stay hunched over. Perfect. Now give me 10 plyo push-ups. Now he's going to give me 10 explosive push-ups. Perfect. See how he's not clapping, he's not making it confusing. Just really firing up off the ground, recruiting more muscle fibers. Perfect. All right, now give me 10 lunge jumps. Perfect. He's got great form. He's not leaning forward. He's keeping his chest up nice and tall. Good. Nice. Bad tie shoe. That's all right. He did that. He did that on purpose because it's already hot. His heart rate's all the time. And see, and the other one.
Just timing, just timing.
All right, now we're going to stretch out the core. We're just going to go trunk twist, kind of stretch on everything up top. My back just cracked, so it's good to kind of get the trunk loose. We are going to be doing some rotational stuff today, so this is a good warm-up exercise for that workout. All right, that's good. Let's get some lateral squats in now. So pull the toes forward. Let's get stretching the inside part of that leg. So John's got good form here. See how his heels stay on the ground? That's what you want. You never want the weight to shift forward up onto the toes. Yep, so everything's nice and solid. His knees in line with his toes. His chest is up. Everything looks nice and solid there. Cool. All right, let's go quad stretch. Here, let's just go 3 on each side. Pull for 2. Yep, and then alternate sides. So we're stretching out the quads. We're going to be doing a lot of quad heavy exercises today, so it's good to make sure those muscles are loose. Good, so we got the quads. Now side, we're gonna hit the hamstrings. All right, so I'm just gonna have to do some high leg kicks in place, keeping your chest up nice and tall. Perfect. Need 10 of those on each leg. So when he kicks his leg high, that's gonna stretch the hamstring at the top, and that's what we want. This is a dynamic stretch, so it's not shutting the muscle down, it's actually warming it up. It's getting it to fire. Good? All right, so we're gonna finish with 20 jumping jacks just to keep loose at the end of the warm-up. Yeah, hot. Cool. Good?
Yeah, all right, it's up.
All right, so for our first circuit, we're gonna be doing box jumps with dumbbells. We're gonna do a medicine rotational ball throw, fire the core, and we're also gonna do battle rope slams, all right? This is some fun stuff you can actually do gym in your garage. So you can go to your local gym and bang out some of this stuff too. Also, if you guys have any questions on power training and what we're doing today, feel free to ask away, all right? So it looks like we're prepped. All right, so we're gonna start with box jumps with dumbbells. Now, before we get started, okay, let me demo a couple, and then I'm gonna have John load up with some dumbbells. All right. So what I always recommend is start very low, right, and then you work your way up. All right, because obviously, if I jump on this box, if I go here, I'm not having to exert a lot of power, right? But if I bump that box all the way up, I'm gonna have to recruit more muscle fibers because this is gonna be tough for me. So when I get up there, I had to recruit more muscle fibers because the box is higher. So what we're gonna do for the sake of today, I'm gonna have John actually hold dumbbells here and do box jumps. I'm gonna let him do whatever height he wants. He's skilled at this. The heavier you go, the more muscle fibers you're gonna have to recruit and the tougher it's gonna be. Make sure you always keep your reps low, okay? Typically about 6 or less. So John's gonna give me 6 reps here. Perfect, he's got a good angle, and he's solid when he hits the top. Perfect. All right, next, we're gonna do a medicine ball rotational throw. So, we got a 15 and a 20, all right? So with this exercise, you're gonna get an athletic stance next to the wall. You're gonna go here and fire that ball into the wall, being explosive as possible as you can, okay? Because the ball is essentially just a little bit light, I'm gonna have Sean do 10 on each side, all right? Typically, if it was really heavy, we actually have a 30-pound ball. You could go less reps, all right? It's all about the volume. So John's gonna give me 10 of those on each side. Throwing that ball into the wall as hard as he can. He's recruiting all those muscle fibers through the core and through his hips. So it's a great exercise for athletes who need to develop rotational power. Perfect. All right. Next one's going to be a battle rope exercise. Okay. Battle ropes are always fun. A lot of common exercises you see in the battle rope, people will go here, or here, or here. But I like to do a lot of power stuff with these. All right. So by power, I mean something explosive. So what I'm going to have John do is he's going to take the handles all the way up above his head, and at the very top, he's going to snap them down as hard as he can. So essentially it'll look here, big whip, still keeping his feet planted, okay? Keeping the hips nice and low, and being as explosive as possible. I'm going to have him do 10 reps of that. Perfect. This is a great exercise for hips, core, and your lats. Yep, you look solid. So we're going to do 2 more rounds of that. Typically you want to add more rest, but like I said at the beginning, for the sake of time, I'm just going to have him kind of blast through this. That way we can show you guys a lot of different exercises and modifications. So he's going higher box, right? Perfect. Good. John's such a good athlete. He doesn't even have to get that low to jump on that high of a box with the weights. Solid. And it's some all rotational throws again. See how he's got his feet planted, light in the knees, keeping his chest up and really rotating all the way through that turn. Perfect. All right, battle rope slams for 10 reps again. See how his positioning never changes? Keeps a solid foundation the entire time. You never want to sacrifice form over reps. All right, we got one more round and then we're gonna give John a water break. Nice. So he keeps his chest up, doesn't drop his chest, doesn't even have to swing his arms that much. Perfect. And the angle on his shins is good too. He's not leaning too far forward.
Trying to go as fast as possible. Come on, jumping.
Like you were saying, typically doing this workout yourself, you want to take more time in between each one of
With
these.
power training, you're trying to recruit as many muscle fibers as possible, right? So what happens when you're doing that, as the reps go up, the body starts to fatigue out, and that's when injuries happen. So what you want to do is you want to keep the reps low and make sure that your form is perfect throughout every exercise. So adequate rest time is typically about 3 to 5 minutes per exercise.
Oh,
But
okay.
again, the weights are fairly light, so we can go a little bit quicker through it. These are 100-pound dumbbells. You wouldn't be able to just continue, you know, and he would fatigue out a lot quicker. Solid. All right, first circuit of power training done. John's gonna take a little water break. Again, if you guys have any questions, let us know. For the next circuit, we're gonna go med ball chest passes. We're gonna work on the pecs. And we're gonna do an upper body push exercise. What else do we got next? We got kettlebell swings, great exercise for the hips. And then I'm actually gonna have John do muscle ups. He's really good at muscle ups. It's a great upper body exercise. It's also a gymnastics exercise, very functional and fun to do. He's really good at them, so I'm going to have him do those. So I'm going to get him set up. It looks like he's actually got all of his equipment ready to go. So we're going to start. Good. All right, come on over here. So let me demo the med ball chest exercise. So I typically don't recommend doing a medicine ball that bounces back, because then you get up into like more of a muscular endurance exercise. So I like to keep the reps low. Get a heavier ball that's not going to bounce back. So typically like a slam ball is good to use. The further away you are from the wall, the harder you're going to have to throw it. So I like to say a couple feet away from the wall. Good athletic stance, making sure the hips are back. Knees are tracking in line with the toes. Holding the ball here under the chin, keeping the elbows in tight. You're just going to fire that ball as hard as you can, recruiting as many muscle fibers as you can. Again, if I were to do a bunch of these, I'm gonna fatigue out at some point, okay? So the heavier you go, keeping your reps between, say, 4 and 8 reps is typically ideal. I'm gonna have John start with 6 reps of this, and I believe he's gonna use the 20 pound ball.
I really wanted to use the 15, but I guess I'll use 20.
I wanted him to use the 30. 6, 6. That was perfect. Good. All right, now we got kettlebell swings. John's good at these. As he's going through, I'm just going to kind of explain the motion as he's going. See how his hips go back? He's not squatting. He's more so firing the hamstrings and the hips. He's keeping his chest up. He never lets his chest drop. So we should always be able to see that Extreme Athletics logo on his chest. He's firing up. He's not swinging overhead. It's not necessary. Just the eye level is perfect. All right, muscle ups. So let me explain a muscle up real quick. A muscle up is just a pull up into a dip. It takes an extreme amount of upper body power and strength. John's pretty good at these, so that's why I thought this would be a good exercise for him to demo. Cool. Don't try this at home. Those are extremely tough, so the reps gotta be low on that one. All right, first circuit done. When John's ready, we're gonna go back to medicine ball chest passes. Good. So it's okay to take a pause in between each rep right there if you need to settle. All right, back to kettlebell swings. Again, as you can see, his hips are coming back. He's not bending, he's not using his quads so much as he's shifting his hips back and really using his hamstrings and his posterior chain. Kettlebell swings are a super popular exercise right now, but you can go to gyms all across America and people are doing the swings wrong.
What would a wrong swing look like?
A wrong swing would be dipping too low to the ground or swinging it way too overhead. Okay, you're gonna put too much impingement on the shoulders. But essentially hips back, chest up. Some people use their quads too much. When the kettlebell comes down, you really wanna push the hips back rather than just dropping the knees. Okay, it's a posterior chain exercise, not an anterior chain. All right, we're back on muscle ups. Nice. Banged out 5. That was solid.
That's not easy.
He told me before we started, he's like, I don't think I can do 3 rounds of 5. I said, you're me fine.
It's a lot. It's a lot for muscle ups.
It is. It's well.
That goes back to what you were saying though, like if you needed to take breaks to get to 5, that would totally be acceptable.
Absolutely.
I do this for you though, where we just go straight through. This is for you.
We're suffering for you.
That's right.
Solid. Perfect form. Everything looks good. Keeps the body still. He's not sacrificing form for the reps. Perfect. Again, last round of kettlebell swings. Hips back. Weight in the heels. Firing the hips. Keeping the chest up. Everything looks perfect. Not sacrificing form. Last round of muscle up. All right, here we go. Good. So, you gonna continue?
I'll finish it.
All right.
You can tell what I did wrong. I still want to get my 2.
Yeah.
Gotta finish it.
So essentially, his form's still good, right? So if he needs to take a break, perfectly fine. Never want to sacrifice form. There it is. Solid.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to take a breather, and we are going to go over the next circuit. So next we got BOSU plyo push-ups. Again, it's going to be an upper body power exercise. Then we're going to go overhead medicine ball throws, which is going to be a posterior chain. Posterior chain, by the way, is all the muscles on the back side of the body. A lot of injuries stem from people not being able to activate their glutes. So this is a great exercise to strengthen the muscles on the back side of the body. Then we're also going to do a ball slam to a broad jump, which is one of my favorite exercises. This is going to be our last circuit, and then we're going to be done for the day. This will probably be one of the quicker workouts that we've done. But again, for the sake of time, we're just blowing through this stuff. When it comes to power training, you need to take way more rest. 3 to 5 minutes between each exercise.
So John finished up that last one in the background too.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Yeah, for you.
You got,
No, that one was for me, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Ball throws. And ball slam drop. All right. So for the next one, if you have a BOSU, this is a great exercise, or you could actually probably do this with an Olympic plate. I would just say be careful. I definitely wouldn't use it with an iron plate. But essentially what's going to happen is John's going to get here in this plank position. All right, shoulders are going to be stacked right over his hands. His butt's not going to be in the air. He's not going to be back here. Everything's going to be solid. He's going to do a quick push-up, and then when he comes out of that push-up, he's going to fire out of that push-up and pull that BOSU up to his chest. He's better at these than I am, but I'll try to demo a few. I'll show you how shitty it looks, and then I'll let John show you what good form looks like. These are hard, so I like to keep the reps low. All right, that was pretty good 3.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good 3. I'm gonna stop there. All right, John's gonna give me 6 reps. See how high he's getting? That's great upper body strength and power. Perfect. That's a great exercise to really demo the difference between power and strength. That was an extremely powerful and explosive movement. So anytime that I try to explain power training to somebody, I say, it really kind of involves being explosive. Whereas strength is a lot slower paced exercise, power is really being explosive. And how fast is your strength really? How explosive can you be really correlates to power.
I got a quick question here.
Uh-oh.
Do those BOSU balls ever pop? Have you guys ever popped one or seen one pop?
Yes.
During something like that? Really?
No, not really. Not during.
Not like pop like a balloon.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
just
it's weird,
deflate over time.
Yeah.
All right, overhead ball throw. This is a great one to build power on the posterior chain, backside of the body. John's gonna step up here, athletic stance. When I say athletic stance, it really means hips back, knees in line with the toes, chest up. From this position, you can really go side to side, up or down, back or forward, all right? So in his athletic stance, he's gonna keep his arms straight. He's gonna squat down, keeping his chest up, and from here, he's gonna fire out of this, extending his hips, and throwing that ball behind him as high and as hard as possible. So I'll demo one, and then I'm gonna have John do 6 reps. Keeping the arms straight. A lot of people will rock with the ball. It's bad form, okay? Just wanna go down and up. Down, up. Perfect. So John's gonna do 6 of these. I'll just retrieve the ball for you. Good. Good. I'm gonna have John get a little bit lower on the next one. The lower he goes, the more muscle fibers he can recruit. There it is. Perfect. There it is. Perfect. One more. Those look good. His form is perfect. Really firing the hips. That was the best one.
That one slips.
That was the best one. That was the highest one. All right, ball slam to broad jump. So here's what's going to happen. He's going to do a ball slam, which is going to recruit the lats, core, hips, and right away from there, he's going to do a huge broad jump firing forward. So we're hitting the interior and the posterior chain. So it's going to look like this. You're going to start every rep here, slam, broad jump. Okay? You ready, JP? Yep, we're good. Broad jump. And broad jump. John, you want to shoot it from the side? Oh, sorry, go there we go. Awesome. So he's getting way out in front, which is great. See how he's recruiting basically every muscle in his body. Good. And let's do one more. That was great. Great form. All right. When JB's ready, I know that last exercise gasses you, it takes a lot out of you.
Jumping anytime.
Yep, anytime you jump, really gets the heart rate up. All right, so we're gonna go back to his BOSU plyo push-ups. Give me 5 to 6 reps. Good, so his hip feet down a little bit, so his hips started coming a little bit higher. It's a tough exercise. All right, we got overhead ball throws. Again, he's gonna keep his chest up. Once that ball taps the ground, he's gonna fire. So he's gonna start every rep high, and then down and up real quick. There it is, perfect. The louder that ball hits the wall, the more juice he's giving it. One more. Perfect, that was the perfect form. All right, now we got ball slam to broad jump again. Guys, don't use a medicine ball for this exercise. That ball will come back and hit you in the face. I've seen it. So just be aware. We'll give JB a little bit of a breather because again, it all goes back to power training. He's recruiting so many muscle fibers that you need adequate rest. That way the heart rate can come back down a little bit. You give the muscles a rest. That way they're ready to fire again. If you keep running right through this type of stuff, you're really not helping your body.
I think that's my cue. Oh, no. I just listen, rest.
Last round. There it is. These are solid. All right, we got overhead ball throws. We're just gonna do 5 reps. He's gonna start from the up position. He's gonna squat quick and then fire out of that squat as fast as he can. Nice. Perfect. He's extending the hips. He's letting the hips do the work, not the arms. Perfect. Good. You can tell John's starting to get a little tired because the squats are getting not as deep as previous rounds. This is going to be our last rep. There it is. That was perfect.
How do you feel? What was next?
All right, we're gonna do 4 reps, ball slam to broad jump, and then we're done. Perfect. We still got some hops. We still got some juice left. 2 more. And good. This is gonna be our last one. Solid. And that is a wrap for today. JB, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
So that was our power training workout for athletes. Again, you want to take more rest time. For the sake of time, we just blasted JB through it so you can get an idea of the type of exercises that we do with our athletes here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email us or give us a ring. Our email is info@extremeathletics.org. Check out our website, www.extremeathletics.com. I think that's about it. Next week, we're going to be focusing on strength training for athletes. So we'll take TV's Facebook page. It's going to be every Thursday at noon. And I believe that's it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit us up. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, later guys. See you next week.